So one of the big stories this morning, well, actually yesterday morning, but we're talking about it this morning on 1280 AM, is the fact that there was no Heat practice. That because of this loss to the Pacers and there's just some doors being closed, media's not allowed to talk to the Heat. What's the strategy in that?
Well, it's not uncommon when you have 2 days between games, particularly for a team that's beaten up like Miami is. I think it makes sense to get Wade and LeBron in particular off their feet. And then by not having a practice, you are not required by NBA rule to have a media session. So this way they get to avoid all the talk that would have come out of the Spoelstra-Wade argument in the game the other night. And I think this gives them a chance to kind of circle the wagons, and I'm sure they'll have a team meeting of some sort because they got to get their stuff together. There's no question. And this way they can do it more privately.
He played with the Suns, the Cavs, the Magic, the Bulls, the Spurs, and even the Blazers for a short time. He's Steve Kerr joining us on the CJ Silas Show on ESPN Radio 1280, The Ticket. What is the truth about the injuries that Dwayne Wade is going through?
You know, I did game 2 in Miami with TNT, and we didn't even talk about injuries. There was no discussion with the coaching staff beforehand. Normally, if there's injuries, we hear about them beforehand. But I think in general this year, everybody's banged up. You know, the condensed schedule made for less time to recover. And so I think Wade is beaten up, and you know the way he plays, he's so athletic and he's so aggressive that he's going to be more banged up than most players probably. But you know, I think we can make the excuse for him that yeah he's hurt, but in the end it doesn't matter because everybody's in the same boat, hurt or not. You've got to be able to produce and got to help your team win.
Over the weekend, both LA teams have back-to-backs. The Clippers have played 7 games in 13 nights. The Spurs are on a 17-game win streak. They're down 2-0 to San Antonio. How the heck are the Clips going to get out of this?
Well, I don't think they are, frankly. I mean, the Spurs are just so good this year. They're so dominant. And I think the Clippers have had a fantastic season. Not that they need to just sort of sit back and accept it and move on, but where they are as an organization, this has been a tremendous year. They get to the second round. There's no shame in losing to the Spurs. The key for the Clips is big picture. Where do they go from here? How do they get better? And I think the biggest thing that I've seen is Blake Griffin just has to mature and get better because he's already fantastic, but he's limited offensively. And what I see with him is he's got to do what Karl Malone did in Utah early in his career when he was more of a physical specimen than a basketball player. And that means, you know, Blake's got to develop a post move. He's got to get confidence in his jump shot. He's got to learn how to just catch and shoot and not hold the ball and stop the offense. But that'll come. You know he's a great guy. You know he's going to work his butt off. And as long as he has the right direction and the right focus in terms of how he's going about his business, then I think he's going to get a lot better with his skill set.